people that are candidates just appeared last week. So when are they going to print that card?
And APC now is fronting a candidate.
And APC is fronting candidate, APP. So many parties do have 3-4 candidates as one contesting in one. What are you going to do? All of those things. So have you published for us? Look at, go and publish them. Let's see. So you see that, okay, you're going to publish them. And then they have made mistake. They've gone to bank to buy a form for, you know, the purchase. And then they went to bank. You know what bank means? That means that the date and the time will be there. So all of your own process that you put in yourself, you failed it. The chairman said, and I quote him, the justice.
The RISEC chairman.
The RISEC chairman, the respected justice, said, and I quote him, he said that he confessed himself that because of the last protest, that 10 days, that 10 days, you know, destabilized the timing of the process, the electoral process, their timetable. I should have reasonably thought that what they are coming up to say that, okay, let us gain another 10 days.
Yeah, postpone
it to another 10 days, wherein all of this, well, look, we couldn't meet this because of 10 days. So every other thing will now be shifted to 10 days.
All right.
That's my thinking. So,
all right. Daniel Momo, a lot has been said by Cheesy.
Yeah.
You have equal time to exhaust your opinion on this.
You see, for me, the themes contained in what you just read out is that there is a judicial crisis. Some of us are not listening to, and everybody pretends like it is normal. Something bad can happen when courts of competent jurisdictions go to sit on a matter. For example, how does a state high court compel a federal body to do certain things that ab initio you knew from beginning that you do not have that power to so do? That is one. You see, I think whether it is the Judicial Council, whether it is the body of directors, whether it is MBA, whichever body is responsible, I think there needs to be a real conversation around how judges should behave, and certain penalties should look at the US. This man who supported Trump, what's his name now? This lawyer who was saying that the 2020 election were not correct. Just about 3 weeks ago, he had been debarred. He can no longer practice in the US. Why? Because the body responsible has gone through the process, called him, and he cannot validly define what is said in public. And I think for me, that is the angle for me that is so dangerous. Now, each faction had gone ahead with whatever court judgment everybody is holding on to. And to me, it is dangerous. We should never, ever allow such to happen. Then two, he mentioned the case of this man, what's his name? That Tony Okocha.
Tony Okocha led APC faction.
As at the time Tony Okocha filed that judgment in court, he was the validly
caretaker committee chairman.
You can't dismiss it. You can't rewrite that. You can't overturn it. Even though the court has said he's no longer, and that pronouncement has a date, and it takes effects from that date. It doesn't go back in history to say whatever Tony Okocha had done has been undone. No, it doesn't do that. It is for you now to go back to the same court and say, this is the issues. Whether we want to withdraw the matter or want to do anything. But as at the time Tony Okocha filed those issues, it was a valid something. Thirdly, I think that I don't know whether the people in government watch our last conversation here. Somebody reached out to me and he was saying, no, these were not the issues and all of that. And he said somebody will call me later. I think it was around 6 p.m. that day. Someone called me and we were talking. I said, this is Daniel Momo. Yeah, we started talking. He said, no, part of the things I want to say here, which is that when they were inaugurated, after they took their oath of office, when they were inaugurated, that the RISEC chairman wrote INEC that he told the body, all of the executive of RISEC, that we needed to start according to the person. that we needed to start the preparation towards the election, and that they wrote INEC, and INEC acknowledged the letter from USEC, and this was around July, and that INEC invited them to Abuja, and INEC released the updated, according to that, updated voter register to them, and that if I need, he can forward to me, and all of that, and all of the compendium about where the was and all, that they got it sometime in July. And so if the court is coming to say that, oh, do not give to them, what he told me was that, okay, imagine that he had gone on that, and the food he got, he had eaten that food, and he had gone to the toilet. Would any court have to say, oh, the food you collected that time, can you please return those things back? So that they have already gotten that voter register, according to the person, that they have already gotten that voter register, and so they would not need, no court can now tell them to reverse that decision. And my question to the person was, one, even if you get something, the court will tell you that the processes that brought you and all of your arrangement is invalid. It can be nullified. But I think all they are trying to do now is that, because yes, I mean, on Friday should have been the day where they have published some of these things. But unfortunately, I live in a local government, in a ward, I didn't see anything. What if I am interested to vote? Nothing. I didn't see that. And so I think there is that burden of proof on them.
On RISEC.
On RISEC. Because, like you said, election is not an event that we just come in a reception where we just entertain ourselves and everybody goes home. There is a process, and that process is specifically spelled out by the electoral law, saying this day, this particular day, this should happen in this day, this should be like this, so that what happened in Zamfara, they missed it by 24 hours. You remember Zamfara, 24. Where all of them 24 hours APC only. They missed what they were supposed to do, the primary, 24 hours. They were supposed to conduct it this day, they conducted the next day. All of them, from the governor, all of them were sacked. All House of Rep, senators, all were sacked. Because the electoral law has spelled it out that you don't wake up on your own when you feel like, no, there are processes. I think lastly, what he said, you see, like he said, APC or any political party is one. It is the federal that gives, that goes down, like, it's okay, because Ganduje cannot be here, so he needs a representative here, and that representative is the chairman here and other executive bodies to take decisions and relate to them. There's only one political party, and INEC can, I mean, no party can say, oh, Edo State APC. Yes, because Edo State is different from when you are now trying to look at them vis-a-vis the states. You can say Edo State APC, Rivers APC, Bayelsa APC. But when it comes to the party APC, it's one. So how then did you, where was the agreement reached and all of that forwarded to the national to say, this is what we agree to do this election by direct, indirect, or whatsoever means that we wanted. This is how much we decided to sell the form. Whether we will do for women, or whether our party will say, in this local government election, let's give 25% to women. There should be some real conversations that you have had before that time. It is not to wake up to say, we have sent names. No, it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that way. Then lastly, I think the governor, I sympathize with him. I think there is a judicial crisis that we need to watch out for. And those who would hear should please hear now. It is not good. Go and check how many we have had from River State is more than 30. From the State House of Assembly issue, to the governor issue, to the budget issue, to all kinds of injunctions that you cannot even remember some, all kinds. You wake up on a Sunday, you will hear that a judge has granted
ex parte order.
No, how? So please, for those who are in charge, they should please help us, because crisis can come out from this judicial rascality that we're seeing around.
You mean, when you say judicial rascality, you mean with regards to the local government elections?
Not regards to the local government, all kinds of injunctions. Even when you know that a court has sat on this, and you do not have
the jurisdiction over that person,
you sit. Okay, look at the matter the appeal court dealt between the State House of Assembly. He said the state high court has no power to even sit in the first place. And you have wasted resources, you have wasted time, you have wasted a lot of things, and no penalty, consequences attached to it. And the judge is just there. Tomorrow you issue another order again. And so for me, I think there should be consequences to what these people are engaging. You know, all kinds of things. So maybe tomorrow somebody will just wake up and say, there is an injunction that this woman should not be your wife again. I don't understand.
Now, when you talk about judicial rascality, I think it's a situation in River State that has branches. Now, if I may ask, now the courts giving orders and counter orders, I mean courts of competent jurisdiction giving orders and let me use sister jurisdiction. Equal jurisdiction. However, in the jurisdiction there is the Federal High Court has an exclusive reserve, which you mentioned, you know, initially when you started speaking, and you said, how does a State High Court sit to give order to a federal institution? Because of course the State High Court, according to the Constitution, does not have that jurisdiction to entertain matters pertaining or even give order to federal institutions. Now, that's on one hand. The question would be, even given the judicial rascality that you have painted right now in that state, how about disobedience to court orders and court judgments? Okay. Isn't that what is playing out in the River State Council elections right now? No. Now, APC is arguing, and APP as well, they're arguing that the order from the State High Court came first. You see the argument? You see? So that the first one is the one that is subsisting. Now, the question would be, like you have said, does the State High Court have jurisdiction to give order to federal institutions?
No, no, no. But I don't want to believe also that these respected judges do not know that. I do not want to believe. That is my assumption. I do not want to believe that they do not know. Then if they do, why then do they give such orders? For example, how do you compel INEC? INEC can't. You can't do that. It's a simple thing. I'm not a lawyer. But you know that you cannot compel a state.
You can only compel research.
Yes.
And not INEC.
Not INEC as a body, which is a federal institution. What it then means is that he's telling you go to a federal high court to do that. So it's a simple thing that you should know. Why waste time? Why waste resources? Why waste people's time to come to the court? When you should have just said, no, I do not have jurisdiction.
The caveat, there is something to this, and to a large extent, one may say that the APP Council played a smart one. And probably a lot of people are overlooking that, but it's important. Now, in the suit that the APP, you know, instituted, that suit was against RISIEC, the River State government, and the governor himself. That suit did not, the federal institution, INEC was not a respondent in that suit. The Nigerian police was not, they were not respondents. The respondents were strictly state institution and the governor as well. So one would say that the judge in this instance had jurisdiction to hear that matter. However, in giving that order, hold on. But in giving that order, he now, with regards to a document owned by a federal institution.
Then the federal institution was coming.
And which that takes
No, because he's the only federal institution that can defend his own document.
So now that takes the matter out of the states.
It takes it because both the sensitive and non-sensitive materials belongs to INEC.
All right.
And INEC is a federal body. And you should not. Again, I think that in all of this crisis, I expect that INEC has its staff here in River State. They have in all states. And it is high time they speak out. This silent about these issues, no, it doesn't.
It's not helping matters.
No, they should. They should speak out. To say, no, we are compelled by so and so not to, or we have released. So that let's know where we're going. But this idea that you just keep quiet, like you exist in a vacuum or something that, no, you should speak out.
Right.
Because one way or the other, your name is being mentioned around some of these. Say, we have heard stories like this, even though officially we have not getting any correspondence. But to set the record straight, this is what and what we do, and this is how far we have gone. So that he clears the hair on both sides.
All right.
But the idea that this silence from...
All right. Chizzy,
Yes.
you are itching to say something.
Well, a lot of things, man. You know, when I saw Momo here, and I said, you are taking up the shine from me, but you know what?
Why do you say that?
I respect intelligence. He's deep. He understands it. He understands. So you are not coming here to fight, you know, to say this is, you know, in a situation where somebody is not getting to know what you are saying. Actually, it looks to me like Chioma also have been called and some have bought. You know, that's why she's trying to bring out the.
What would you say?
I'm saying now. Allow me.
Why?
Journalists, you are, you know, emotionally. When we say but, nonsense, not.
Why? Why am I being?
You know, Mama just said something. Thank God you interjected, because you see, the first thing is, what is RISEC? People think RISEC is just about River State. RISEC will not exist without INEC. Will not exist without police. So which means if you see RISEC on an activity, an outdoor activity, you are seeing both INEC, and you know you don't bump somebody's hair in his absence.
Exactly.
Abiola said. You cannot grab somebody's hair in absence. If you have given RISEC commands like a law, go and conduct an election, you are saying go and follow the process. That's what you just said. Go and conduct the election. You say go and follow the process. It is now incumbent on the people who the process lies on their own table. Because like you said, you talked about, in this instance, it means that there were no court judgment at all. You know why? Because they do not have right jurisdiction over INEC and over the police.
So the court does not have the rights.
This High Court.
Hold on. The State High Court in this instance have the jurisdiction.
Yes.
To order RISEC to use the voter register.
They don't.
Because according to you, the voter register is a federal document.
Yes.
Belonging to a federal institution.
Yeah.
All right.
Even this is a product of the electoral law 5A or something that gives INEC power to allow RISEC. That's why in the way of monitoring, somehow a fatally role. That's why INEC will have to give them the voters register and all of that. So I was coming to where he said, okay, somebody told him about them releasing documents by June. You know, that's what he said. July last year.
No, this year.
This year.
Said July. That's what. Okay, I didn't even ask whether I was this year. Okay.
No, because they are saying they have 2023.
Yes.
So it looks like it's July last year. Now, I served with INEC as in my youth service, and I know something about INEC. Number one, INEC will not release their document when there are processes, because the election does not even end on the election day. When the no, they will not. They will not release. That's why you see, check around state elections. You see that state election will be far moved from those places, because they will tell you, no, we're not going to attend to you right now because these are our materials that we're using. But now you may ask, is it not just to photocopy and do? No, it's not. Those processes. But again, assuming without conceding that they even released it by June last year, to conduct which election? You see, the reason why every year every election you write them. If not, they would have said, okay, RISEC has conducted election in Rivers State before, isn't it? So there were documents they gave to them. They would have used those documents as well. The constitution, the document had, that's why the election is finished. You do not have a document again. Let me shock you. If I would have said God forbid, but assuming, okay, let me use the word God forbid. I'm just saying it for okay. Assuming that the governor today is impeached. Assuming that governor is impeached today. You know that the governor came through an election. You know that they were going to conduct another election. You know that all the political parties will go into primaries again. They will start afresh, isn't it? That the INEC will have to publish a list again for voters. So why is INEC doing that when you have already published in 2023? Because in every election, like I've said, there are things. Some may have died, some may have relocated, some also have grown to become 18. Isn't it? And you must capture them, like you said. So I think that what is happening when he's talking about judicial rascality, I don't have respect for that, because you see, it's not just today. You remember a case of PDP, Sheriff and the Wiki, where a high court is giving judgment here and a high court is giving judgment here. That was even worse. Federal high court here, federal high court there. So everybody is taking their high court. And you now said, you are saying, is it because people don't even obey the court order, you know, and all of that? I said the question is that you have your own court order, I have my own court order, so they are trying to obey which one to obey. But the question is, until where the Judicial Council stands up to begin to deal decisively with those judges, because you cannot tell me, Chioma, if somebody comes to your house, this place now, and says to you, I'm not going to mention any of the sister, but I said to you, Chioma, we came that will be placed on advert in this thing. You know, you won't say yes, I can do it, just take it, and you know that it's not your place. The judges know that it is not their jurisdiction to so do. They know, but you know, some of the judges want to make name. They want to do anything. They just.
Would it be a case of some of the judges making name? Because a lot of the judicial crisis that we have experienced has come from the state high courts entertaining matters that are the exclusive reserve of the federal. And also, and when you look at it, is it a question of the judges wanting to be in the eye of the storm, wanting to make names for themselves, or a situation where judges are civil servants under the state?
Now let me tell you something.
If they are civil servants under the state, can't the governor hire and fire?
No. It cannot.
But doesn't that also affect their promotion?
Promotion? Look at how they are promoted.
Let me know.
It will not. Look at how they are promoted. For instance, as it is now, we have the chief judges of the state. We have the second, third. They have their numbers. So they are going. They know their time. Whether you like the man's face or not, if the man is number one, he becomes the chief judge. There's not, and you don't announce the chief judge without even the National Judicial Council. So they must say, look at the promotion. You can't even stop it. Why are you stopping it? It's not in them. And remember, they have their own consolidated fund. Though. It's not like they have their own. So they have their independence somehow.
That's line charge. It comes directly.
It comes directly. So now the question is either they are induced by money with money, or they want to make unnecessary name, because as soon as that person gives, you know, the young man or the young lady would have been giving judgment. Of course, in the case of the court, they call all of them young men. They are gentlemen. They are not ladies. They are not. Whether they are female judge, of course you know. Yeah, they are gentlemen. So do you know that the guy would have been giving some judgment all this while, and his name would not be anywhere. As soon as he gives this controversial judgment, you quote justice this judgment, justice this judgment. I don't know what we gain from that. Chioma, when you see a retired justice of the federation, or a retired judge, is somebody that is respected in the society. No wonder when they made the RISEC chairman, when they made a former
chairman
judge
of RISEC, the retired justice.
All of us said, even me, I was like, no, it can't happen now. There are things that cannot happen.
The expectations were high.
The expectations were high, and I can't see those expectations. Is it that the man is frustrated, doesn't know what to do, or the man is there, somebody is dictating? Chairman, I am on air, and I'm telling you that RISEC ad hoc staff were submitted from government house to RISEC. I'm on air. Chizi Yomasla So I'm not afraid. I'm not.
That's a strong accusation.
I am saying it
so
now.
So what it means about the governor said, the governor has said that this would be the best election.
Yes, now because he has chosen them. What I mean
so
is
what you're saying is what is the local government elections on October 5? It's a selection and not an election.
If he's going to hold, the result is already out. If he's going to hold, the result is already out. That I know. I'm not saying I'm choosing a matter.
So you're saying it's a selection of the anointed.
He has not even met selection. You don't understand? It hasn't even met. I'm not talking about election. It hasn't even met selection. You see, selection is after you have met all the process, then somebody can go and do something. No, it has not even met selection. It's a lengthy. That's what I'm saying.
Is that a caretaker that cannot be removed at the whims and caprices of the government?
He just called it and made a caretaker. That is why all of these things will be removed now. We know now. Who told you they can't be removed? Look at all the things. Now they told you that 24 hours. Somebody was late for 24 hours. And if you look at 24 hours, if you look at it from our own view, day and night, it's just like maybe like 1 hour or something. You are removed. I know of a friend who contested the election and won, and he was removed because he was trying to buy something through the bank, and the bank didn't work because of network, and he got it 5 minutes after 12 a.m. That means that this thing was closed, and his friend just went and lifted it to him and said, "Look, you are not qualified. Look at it." I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. So if you have missed all of that for 90 days, 30 days, and all of that, and you're coming in under a week to begin to do now. It is today they are going to for campaign, and even they're giving flag party. But what's my business is that, my sister, we should allow, if there's anybody that the military incursion into our leadership, anybody that is affected would have been the legislator, because the judiciary have been there. Do you understand? So they have papers. They know it. You are not a judge.
All right. All right. Daniel Momo, in face of all, both of you, ironically, that should be like the rare times on my show that two guests are on the same page. I mean, it calls for celebration. However, Daniel, in face of all the concerns that you have raised that has bedeviled the oncoming local government elections, what is the way forward? The governor has insisted that even against the court order from a federal high court, the elections must hold. RISIEC, of course, has said the elections must hold. What is the way forward? And secondly, what do you think, in your opinion, if they go ahead, despite this court order, implication of this action?
No, the way forward, I see that is until the court make further pronouncement on these issues. This party will hold.
The court has given judgment.
People would appeal those judgments.
Of course.
People would appeal. It will be pretty difficult to tell you where this will end. The governor's camp or the other camp is saying this is what we have from this particular court. The others are saying this is what we have on this particular court. So they cannot come together. It is a judgment. Now when they go on appeal, appeal is won. So they will go on appeal and see how that will pan out. But none of them would come together. And it is too close a time.
Too close.
For next week Saturday.
This week Saturday, yes.
And we are not hearing anything from I mean RISEC as to say that this will be postponed. I know that someone was telling me that most of their spokesperson will be sent out this week to go to various and try to mobilize people for the election. So let's wait until the court make final pronouncement, but the thing does not end here.
All right. Daniel is talking of final pronouncement, Chizzy, and final pronouncement, like he said, in this instance will have to be the appeal court, right?
Yes.
When the matter is appealed. All right. And then the window. Chizzy, what is the implication of going ahead with this council elections against court order?
Choma, I don't know whether you will agree or not. I told you that even if they conduct election on Saturday, assuming everything was okay, that the people will be sworn in by December. That is after the tenure of the extended tenure of local government, which is
from
legal.
The information I have, the swearing in of this chairman that will be elected. Swearing in, you mean?
Yes. inauguration will be after, because you see there
from the information that I have and from a very reliable source, the swearing in will be on Monday.
That is what I'm saying now. That is like a caretaker. That's why I've said so now.
The swearing in is going to be
that
on
means
Monday.
they won't still use the local government council. And by the end of this month,
why do you say they won't still use the local government council?
I'm coming now.
Yes.
By the end of this month, which is October, starting from this month, the federal allocation will be sent to the local government strict. And the federal allocation will be sent to the local government chairmen who are already on seat. These people will not come. I'm not saying something. You see, let's distance this thing.
No, I think you are talking.
No,
it's normal. See, politics
see.
comes up with issues that.
No, let me tell you something, Momo. What is normal? What is normal is that they have told everybody to go and conduct election. A court has recognized the assembly. Right now, there's no court that has said otherwise. Meaning that they recognize them with all of the rules they made. And part of the rules they made is that they override the governor's veto on this thing, on the local government extension. And like I've said, NDDC is part of part of that. Is the overriding of the presidential assent that we got NDDC, and we're enjoying it. It doesn't matter whether passenger wanted NDDC or not. Now, they have done it. There's no court that has said, no, that is not correct. So, why they cannot do is that, till this period, there is still this joint, what's it called? Joint jack, where the state will have to be part of. But at the end of this month, the federal government will be paying money, and they will pay money to those ones. I don't know where this will go and sit. I don't understand it. Because you see, let's get it.
No, hold on. You're complicating matters.
Yes.
Now, you are saying that at the end of this month,
yes,
the federal government will be paying directly to the accounts of the local government chairmen that their tenure has ended. And in this instance, you're talking of the outgone local government chairmen, whom, by the reason of the local government law number 5, as promulgated by Martins Amehule led House of Assembly, extended that tenure. And of course, in the Supreme Court local government autonomy judgment, the Supreme Court local government autonomy judgment also supported the elongation of that tenure by 6 months.
Okay.
Are you saying that by the reason of that local government law by Martins Amehule, State House of Assembly, that these men are still known to the law as the current local government chairman?
Okay, what I'm saying is different from what you're saying.
Yes.
I want to mention the words you mentioned. I am conscious.
Yes.
I am not talking about right Martins Amehule led
who extended
sorry, excuse me. I'm coming.
Right.
Allow me, I waited for you now. You've come. I said I am not talking about Martins Amehule's led State of Assembly. I'm talking about Rivers State House of Assembly. I am not talking about former local government chairman. I'm talking about local government chairman whose tenure has been extended to December. I don't know which one is former. So these are the ones I'm talking about. So I'm
technically we are saying the same thing.
That's what you understand. I am saying it my own way. That this is what I mean. The Rivers State Assembly, the Rivers State law has extended their tenure because that the Rivers State was unable to hold election as at when due. So extended to December. I'm also saying that it does not matter whether it is by December or not. NSA can conduct election within those periods, but that the only time legitimate enough to hand over is when their own tenure has expired, which is December. I am also saying that that one that is legal, that we know, that is the local government chairman, that their office will be open by the end of this December because the caretaker district is gone, and then that the federal allocation will give them money. I am saying that those local government chairmen have gone ahead to open an account with the federal CBN. It will happen. Now, so I don't know which election you and them want to inaugurate on Monday.
Hold on. Chizzy, stop linking me up to this and stop accusing me. It will not change. It will not. Hold on. You will not blackmail me and stop me from asking questions, even though you're not comfortable with it. Now, Chizzy, you have said in your last statement that the outgone local government chairmen have gone ahead to open an account, individual accounts with CBN.
God forbid. That's the what
you said.
I didn't say outgone. I said the local government chairman of the federal local government as extended by law.
Now, as extended by law. Now, we are saying the same thing using different language.
Now, say it in my
now,
way.
If I may ask you, are these local government chairmen operating in their offices?
Which one? They don't have, yes, of course now. They can go to office now. You want me to
tell me one person that assessed the...
I got my daughter's local government identification last week in the council.
No, that's not the question. Which of these chairmen now in
Samuel, Honorable Dr. Samuel, one of Ikwere local government. Yes.
Does he still go to his office?
Yes.
Probably it's time ATM pays him a visit in his office.
Please go and pay him.
Yeah, I'll look at that.
Definitely just tell me. What's that?
Definitely would this week.
These are the only people that has right to enter the council.
That's what I'm saying, this week, because I need to prove what you've just said.
Go ahead.
Yes. Then you're now saying that at the end of the month, that the federal allocation to local government will be paid
to the right people.
So, in your opinion, the people going to be elected by Saturday are not the right people until December.
Until December. I'm not saying they're not the right people. They may that if the processes are done, they may be there till December and then they take over. Because you only take over from the day the
Are you not bringing another plot to this entire...
No. It is the law. See, I remove sentiment from the whole of these things. I'm not talking about sentiment. I'm not for them. I'm not for any of them. When you mentioned Mattis, I said no, River State of Assembly, because it's the law. I mentioned a law that we are enjoying now, which is the NDDC. That the president didn't like it. What they...
Fair enough. All right. Daniel, you wanted to say something when he was talking. Now you now understand where he's coming from fully.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. You see, that's why I said the judiciary. But I understood what he was saying because that was the Supreme Court
judgment. Yes.
And so it would be incorrect for anyone to say the former local government chairman or to say the Supreme Court has affirmed that they led, the Martins Amehule led has to so do as to what they have done, extended it. And so I think that is the angle at which he is coming from.
And what do you make of that angle? That's what I want to know, Daniel.
That's the Supreme Court.
The angle he is saying, because
it's not about what he makes of it. That's what the Supreme Court has said.
That's a perspective that people have not actually thought of.
No, see, like I said, there are a lot of judgments here in River State. Until you have the final judgment, some certain things will not be resolved.
Now, apart from that, what is the implication of going ahead with this council elections against court judgment?
Fine. If it's against court judgment and there are no higher court that says otherwise, it means that the election didn't hold. In the eyes of the law, it didn't hold. They just wasted our fund. It didn't hold.
No, but let's keep our fingers crossed.
No, I said except that.
In River State.
I said except that.
It will not end in River State. That's the funniest thing. The court judgments and all of that will not end in River State. They will go on appeal. The Supreme Court don't sit here. They will get to the Supreme Court on these issues that you see. And until we have a final pronouncement, all of these things are just for us to keep moving on.
All right. Office of the Deputy Governor of Edo State on Osadebe Avenue, Benin, the Edo State's capital, has been sealed off by stern-looking policemen who were spotted there on Sunday. The sealed office was the one Philip Shaibu was relocated outside the government house in the height of his face-off with Governor Godwin Obaseki. As of Sunday, the entry gate was closed while a machine gun mounted police truck with 3 policemen was parked in front of the gate. It was gathered that staff of the office were on Friday told to resume at the John Odige Oyegun Public Service Agency. Official vehicles in the Deputy Governor's office, including the press crew bus, have been moved to the of service inside the government house in Osadebe Avenue. A staff of the Deputy Governor's office on Sunday said, "You know, we are civil servants. On Thursday, we were told to resume in Jospa, and that was where, and we also do that tomorrow being Monday." Daniel Momo, you're from Edo State. Now, you are not unaware of the alarm being raised by Edo State government on the alleged invasion, on the alleged plot to invade the Edo State government house by Philip Shaibu.
No. by the deputy governor.
By the deputy governor
of Edo State, and it is not an invasion. He has an office.
All right.
And then that office was as a result of him on a joint ticket with the governor.
All right.
So the governor is not the one who should decide where he resumes.
Okay.
He owns that property, and they know where the governor is supposed to be. They know where the deputy is supposed to be. It's like saying the residence of the vice president or the place of the office, the Aguda house, the office of the vice president. And then the president is telling the vice president that he doesn't have a right to access that office. Why? Why? And you know the funniest thing that is so insulting about the whole stuff was that the deputy governor's office was what was used as the campaign place where Ighodalo operates from. That's insulting. No, that's bringing politics to the seat of power that no political person. I commend the deputy governor. Let's set some standard that history will say about us. They impeached him illegally. The court said no, that impeachment was not recognized. And the court didn't just give a judgment. The court gave an order. They went back to say they had gotten a stay of execution. The court has thrown that out. The Court of Appeal has affirmed it. And so why would he be sitting at home? He should move to the office and resume. The money, the taxpayers' money used to pay them, it's not meant for the governor. It's meant for the people of Edo State. And so I think that the media creation of that he invaded that office is not right. And I think that the Inspector General of Police should respect that court order that said that the Inspector General should reinstate all security details. And that man should resume his office. It is not the office of Obaseki. No. There is a joint ticket between Obaseki and Philip Shuaibu that won that election in 2020. So the idea that the man is just kept somewhere, is just there, it should never happen. He should resume the duties of the deputy governor. Go to that office. That place belongs to him. He's the rightful owner of it. Before now, this man, Omobayo, that they brought in was, what kind of nonsense is all of this? And then you relocated the man to one dark place at the end of the state to do what there? No, I commend Philip Shuaibu that he had gone ahead to resume that office. And I do not want the idea that the police, what are they stealing of? They should give protection according to what the court has said. And I commend the civil servant also who resumed that office to say, no, we were asked to resume. You can't just take, he has turned to a mini God in Edo State that God has helped us in that last election to defeat him. So I think I commend the deputy governor that he had gone ahead to resume that office. It does not belong to Obaseki. It belongs to the people of Edo State.
All right. Chizi, what do you have to say to this?
He said it all. If you take the instance of what happened in Bayelsa, as again, Lion and Derry, Lion was removed, was removed by the court because of the deputy governor, isn't it? That was not deputy governor elect. You know what that means? That means that his qualification is part of the deputy governor's qualification is part of his qualification. So without the deputy governor, he wouldn't have been governor. So they ran a joint ticket. It's just almost like a co-governor. It's just that we have come to a place where the constitution has not given them any other functions. Whether you want it or yes, his money should be paid, his security details should be there, his office is there, and then somebody says invading. How can you invade your office, invade your house? You can't do that. So for him, he had gone there to, and those state people, of course, should take their destiny in their hand. Of course, he can't stay there and begin to dictate. And imagine this man, he just lost an election, and in the next 1 or 2 months he'll be removed, and he's still doing all of this.
Fighting.
He's still fighting. And this is the man they said he would have won without.
All right. Former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasiru Ahmad El Rufai, has said he can swear with the Holy Quran that he didn't steal money while in office and challenged his predecessors to do so. The former governor spoke on Tuesday in a program on radio in Kaduna monitored by our correspondent. El Rufai, who spoke in Hausa, said he was in politics to serve the people and not to steal, adding that he was financially okay before he became governor. In his words, "I did not join politics to steal money or enrich myself. I was satisfied with what I had before becoming governor. I am ready to swear with the Quran to prove my innocence if other former governors and current leaders would do the same. I've always prayed for guidance in all I do, and I strive not to betray the trust of the people. Whenever the former governors of Kaduna State and other leaders are ready to swear with the Quran that they never misappropriated public funds, I will join, because I know I never took money that belonged to the people. My administration has been accused without any clear evidence of where the money went missing or who took it. My allies are being targeted and invited by the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission and the Economic and Financial Crisis Commission as part of a smear campaign against me. I've left everything to Allah's judgment. I have prayed and will remain silent on the issue. I have instructed my lawyers to take legal actions against those tarnishing my name, but for now, I am focused on my activities like reading and writing." Now, let me start with you, Chizi. Nasiru says he is ready to swear by the Quran if his predecessors would do so. The question would be, since when did Quran or a holy book, be it the Bible or the Quran, become a standard of determining whether somebody is guilty or innocent of an allegation?
Okay. And again, maybe to help you further, he said he's going to swear if others do. So
you know something that we don't.
Maybe he knows something that we don't. So he said, I'm going to only swear if they do. So if they don't, I won't. So you can go ahead and swear. Cheba, let me tell you that all the political office holder took an oath through either the Bible or Quran. Just a little negligible few that said, "Give me Ogo." Because the minister did that. I said, "No, I don't want to swear with this. Give me." So all of them did. And you know what? You took an oath of an office to do all of this, and you saw that 80% of all them who did that, who used that Bible or Quran, also failed. God is a merciful God. And so but we have the EFCC now. We have other.
So why is it not calling on EFCC to come and investigate?
Yes, say EFCC, please come and investigate me. No, investigation. Because we know that every time the Muslim, for instance, prays 5 times a day, isn't it? And all they pray in all of that prayer is mercy, mercy. And so he could be doing that and be asking God for mercy. God is a merciful God. For us, the Christian, you don't even need to swear. But like I've told you, if you go to the National Assembly, all the governors took their oath of office with either Quran or the Bible, and they held those Quran and the Bible and then stole or did all of that they've been doing in office.
And there are no consequences.
There are no consequences. So what I want Erufai to do now is, this is what I did. I publish it. Come, EFCC, come and challenge me. Let's do it. Do you know? See, EFCC, yes, some of them can do anything. It can be political. It can be political sometimes. It can be anything. But I can tell you that you can challenge them and say, "Come openly." I will go to the court of the people as a person. I will sit before the screen and then begin to read out what I had. Let it just do it. So that is not easy. I as a person in performance, I trust Erufai in performance, but this one he has to be the one to clear it. But for Nigeria, he should leave the Quran. Let him call the EFCC and call the other people to go, ICPC to.
All right. Daniel, now is this a case of religious manipulation, considering that the vast majority of Nigerians are very religious? And you would agree, politicians, even in face of suffering and massive looting and anti-graft allegations, will still come out and tell Nigerians that our future and destiny is in the hands of God. Let's keep praying for the betterment of Nigerians. And guess what? Nigerians are doing that.
Yes, first, like you said, I do not care about what you believe. What you believe is your personal salvation. I don't care about that.
All right.
That's why state has all these instruments for check and balances. I think what generated this was some time ago, the governor attended this, how do they call it now, this town hall meeting. and he was telling his people that the debts he inherited were much that there is always a deduction at source, and they do not have enough. It was based on that the State House of Assembly set up a committee to investigate some of the activities from 2015 to 2023. And I think, and which I said here the other day about Emeka Beke here, I do not like the idea that people are not giving fair hearing. If he was able to administer the affairs of the state, the courtesy thing to have done was to invite him. A, B, C, D were not clear. Please. So what he went to court to do was to file for
defamation suit.
No.
He said,
okay. Right. That was the first thing he went to court. And he said the manipulation in court that the judge should excuse himself, which the court threw away. And so now he's doing all of this. Let him go through the process. I would challenge anybody to say, okay, this is what the assembly had come up with. And you know, because the FCC, if you don't invite them, they don't come. Let him challenge the State House of Assembly. Okay, the report that you have gotten, that I misappropriated 432 billion, can you please send it to EFCC? Leave your religion. I'm not interested about that is your belief. It's not my belief. BC Akonde, then of Osun State, swore with during his oath of office. He swore with Ogun. And that man left no debt for his state. Not one naira. So that is BC Akonde's belief. I had my belief. El Rufai superintended over a state that had several beliefs. So this is your belief, El Rufai. I'm not interested. Let the instrument of states that had to do with the check and balances challenge them to a public to say, send it to EFCC. Let all of us meet at EFCC.
And then, very important, he also hinged his swearing on Quran on the ability or on the availability of his predecessors to swear. Isn't that not giving an impossible condition?
Everybody comes to swear.
Is that not giving an impossible condition because he knows that will not happen, so he will not swear?
No, the thing is, in my place they say the man will know ready to do something and they announce it. You don't need that. When you were governor as El Rufai, not because others became governor. You contested, you won. And so your administration has a time to say that from this date to this date, do like this. I challenge anybody. But you have said that you have gone to others to come and say, no, that's child's play. That's child's play.
All right.
I think that what has happened there, I want the River State people to take a clue. Instead of going to meeting in churches where you commission project to say, oh, there is indebtedness, call for inquiry. Let everybody sit down. You were the accountant general of the state. Let everybody sit down. But this idea that we'll go to church today, we'll go to copy from it. The State House of Assembly sat with a committee and investigated and said, no, there's an appropriation of 432 billion that needed to further explanation. Let River State do so.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on Open Conversation, Daniel. It's always a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Chizzy. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
And this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Open Conversation. We are open for advert placements, bookings, and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, and on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. Do not forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Ogu Laurentia. Transition News comes up next. Do not go away.
Underplace economic stability and confidence.